But the naturalization process had one exception. If you are an illegal migrant, you can't become a citizen by naturalization. Now, what do you mean by illegal migrant? Any person who is staying in India without who is either entered India without proper travel documents, or who is staying in India after the travel documents have expired, visa is expired, you continue to stay here. These are the categories of people, those who have entered without travel documents or those who overstay after their travel documents have expired. They are called illegal migrants. And these illegal migrants are not allowed to get citizenship, even by naturalization. Okay, by birth, out of question because they have gone elsewhere, but even by naturalization, they can't get citizenship. Now, what the new CAB does is makes an exemption in terms of deciding who is an illegal migrant. And while saying that if you have entered India without travel documents, you can't be treated as you will be still treated as an illegal migrant. But the exception now sought to be made is in respect of Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, Parsis, Christians who entered India from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. So earlier they were not treated as illegal migrants, not entitled to citizenship. By this exception, now they are being treated as they will be entitled to apply for naturalization. And the purpose and the reason why this is being done is, according to us, quite obvious. The reason why they are doing this is that they had this whole experiment in Assam, where initially in the draft NRC, 40 lakh people were excluded as not having the basic criteria of citizenship, out of which it seems about 22 lakh persons were Hindus. And similarly in the final NRC, which excludes 19 lakh persons, it seems that about, these are the rough figures, about 12 lakh persons are Hindus. Now, if the purpose of this whole exercise is not to find out who is a citizen and who is not, but to target a certain community, then that purpose failed when you did NRC for Assam. Because instead of targeting Muslims who you wanted to, in the sweep came Hindus in a much larger numbers. So how do you get out of this situation? And you get out of this situation by CAB. That is the Citizens Amendment Bill, or now it will be Act, CAB it will be soon. CAB will become CAB. So you exclude this. You exclude these communities. Now we have no problems. Let me tell you. The issue is not whether these migrants who are persecuted in other countries should be given citizenship or not. Yes, they must be given citizenship. But you can't give them citizenship by excluding other migrants or other refugees. Be Rohingyas from Burma, Myanmar, Ahmadiyas from Assam, Ahmadiyas from Pakistan, Buddhists from Tibet, or Tamils, including all communities from Sri Lanka. You cannot say that that is where the discrimination lies. The discrimination lies in trying to, sideline all the other refugees who are also in surrounding states, who all these countries share border or share a sea border with India. Simple thing which could have been done if your heart is really going out to people who are persecuted is, first of all, India should have signed and ratified the Refugee Convention the International Refugee Convention, which is of 1951, which deals precisely with this kind of a situation. India should have also signed and ratified the Refugee Protocol of 1967. It's a United Nations thing. But India refuses to sign this 51 protocol, or 51 convention, refuses to sign 67 convention. Because if you do that, then you have to protect all those who are persecuted, not religion-wise. Not on the basis of which religion you belong to, but whether you are persecuted as a religious sect, as a social group, etc. And therefore, according to us, now they have made two exemptions. The first exemption is in respect of internal line orbit areas. Inner line permit. No, 1 minute. Inner line permit. See, there are two exemptions which they have made in this. One exemption is for Schedule 6 areas of the Constitution. Schedule 6 areas of the Constitution demarcate certain tribal areas from Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. These 4 states. Okay. Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, they demarcate, not the entire states, they demarcate certain tribal areas from these states. And Schedule 6 applies to them for self-governance. So these areas are excluded. And the second areas which are excluded are what are known as internal line permit or inner line permit. Inner line permit was something which was set up way back in 1873 by the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation by the Britishers, and thereafter reconfirmed to the Foreigners Order, etc. An inner line permit presently has Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland and Mizoram in it. Now they are bringing in Manipur. Okay? Now they are bringing in Manipur. So if you belong, these are the inner line permits. If you want to go to that state, you have to take permission of the authorities in order to enter them. Even Indian citizens would have to take permission of those authorities to enter the state. It's a formal permission, easily granted, etc., etc. But you can't go and settle down there. You can't go and settle. That's what inner line permit means. So for these 3 states, it was there: Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, and for Manipur, now they are bringing in. So that leaves 3 states where now the major problems are happening: Assam, Tripura and Meghalaya. Assam is, while some small areas of Assam are in the Schedule 6 and therefore excluded, the entire Assam doesn't fall within Schedule 6, so entire Assam is not excluded. And their whole controversy in Assam, which is going on right now, is whether, because of the Assam Accord, where the cut-off date was 71, how are you now bringing it to 31st December 2014? That is one of the issues which is going on. And in Tripura, because Tripura is neither covered by ILP nor by Schedule 6, so Tripura is another state in the northeast where there is a lot of uproar, and in Meghalaya, which are not. These are 3 places which are not covered. Now, if you basically, therefore, our contention is that, of course, our heart should be open and our place should be open for any religious community which is persecuted somewhere. And because of persecution, they are driven out of their homeland and they come to India, they need to be protected. Because India is a secular state, or is supposed to be a secular state. But if you are doing it religious-wise, excluding certain people, then basically what you are doing is that you are essentially slowly converting the state into a theocratic state. You are going towards a theocratic state. And that is what we are opposed to. That you want to allow refugees from other countries to come in, and you want to allow them to settle down in peace. You have done it in the past. You have done it from up to 78 with the Buddhists of Tibet. It's not that you have not done it. So in 1950 it was done with people from Pakistan, and remember one thing, even in 1950 when the constitution came in, and persons who came from Pakistan or who were granted citizenship, they were not granted citizenship on the basis of religion. They were granted citizenship on the basis that they want to live here. They were born in the larger India, undivided India, and they want to live here. That was the ground on which citizenship was granted. So at no stage has citizenship, except in 2014 and 15. I just wanted to add this and end there. 2014 and 15, there was changes to the passport rules, passport entry into India rules 1919, and foreigners order, by which it was mentioned. See, these two rules basically provided that you can't stay in India if you don't have a passport. I mean, if you have an Indian passport, you are anyway an Indian citizen, but if you are coming from somewhere else, then you need a passport from that country and a visa from here. So if you don't have those documents, you can't stay in India. 2014-15, there was an amendment made to these rules. This was not through Parliament because this was rules. So rules can be made by executive. Okay? So these amendments were made to the rules in 2014-15 by which the same category of people, Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists, Christians from Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh, were permitted to stay in India even if they did not enter India with legal documents, or even if they overstayed after this thing. So in 2014-15, there is already a change which came about. That change did not grant them citizenship status. Present change grants them citizenship status. That change has been challenged in the Supreme Court, and the challenge is pending. 2014-15. The present change will also be challenged in the Supreme Court and tested out, because according to us it is a clear violation of the Constitution of India. Articles 14, which talk about non-discrimination, and the basic structure of the Constitution, which is secularism. So in view of that, we have decided to support the opposition to CAB and NRC. And lastly, please, one of the things which I just wanted to say, the detention camps in Assam. Remember, Assam has 19 lakh people who are now treated as having been, illegal aliens, so to say. Where do you keep them? You have to keep them in a detention camp. 19 lakhs have been declared. The total capacity of prisons in India, entire India, is 3,50,000. Total persons needed to be detained in Assam alone, as per the present situation, is 19 lakhs. And you are talking about crores and crores of people who will now, because remember one thing, it's not, I may be born here and my ancestors might be born here, but looking at the way things are in India, large number of poor people don't have documents to show that they are born here. Large number of people don't have anything. They don't have own property. They don't have birth certificates. In this situation, to brand someone as not an Indian citizen is a very easy exercise. And it is in this context that we are opposing the CAB as well as the NRC exercise, which is nothing else but diversionary tactics by the present government. Thank you very much.